challenge was to find where the overlaps were between the two of us as characters, and whether a Chinese Zimbabwean immigrant to Britain and a white middle-class male from a West Sussex village could inhabit one another's stories.
My name is Chipo Chung. I'm an actress and I'm from Zimbabwe.
My name's David Lane. I'm a writer and dramaturg, and I'm originally from Cookfield, a little village in West Sussex. I've really enjoyed it so far, and we've had some brilliant conversations, really interesting exchanges, told each other stories about one another's lives. We seem to have, the idea of politics and political theatre seems to have come up within a lot of our conversations, I think, we've sort of held on to those.
I guess it's been a process that's been about dialogue and a lot of conversations, and we didn't know each other before, so we've gotten to know quite a lot about each other, and of course how you get to know people in general, whether at the pub or whatever, is through telling stories. So we've gotten a lot of stories from each other, which has been great, and part of the process has been about how do we tell stories from the first person. So it's been really an interesting study, as well as lovely getting to know each other through the practice of sharing. So it's been great.
I think how we've got to know each other is definitely becoming part of what we might make as well, actually.
So Chipper and I were interested in Providence from the Goethe quotes. Because we had spent a lot of time talking about one another, we were both interested in autobiography and performance. And we're particularly interested in the moments of realisation in our lives that form our politics or our values, so moments that we could both identify and go, that was the moment when I began to understand this about myself or this about the world, and we shared a lot of those.
And it's an interesting project. Anna putting together people from different worlds and different backgrounds, and getting together, and the contrasts and things that are different about us are great, but it's also wonderful that there are so many commonalities just in the human experience, and things that wherever you are, wherever you're from, we all actually have the same drives and urges. So as well as learning so much from our opposites, it's also lovely to see what makes us all universal.
This is mother country, present. I didn't really know what the word meant until my mother moved back home. My Chinese family came to Africa in 1904. Most of them had moved on during the war in the 70s, Canada, Germany, Australia, my mad aunt in Wales. My mum lived in New York. I followed her there, then she moved to Addis, I moved to London. I was quite proudly nomadic, but in 2004 she moved back home. I don't know why it should have surprised me. I guess because the country had gone to shit in the 10 years since we'd left, but it totally shifted my relationship with my country. And that's where I understood that mother country is not just the country that you come from, but the country where your mother is. That they are the same thing. Mother country. She's a home in Beacon. The moment I came to understand what you'll do for love. So I sent him the second letter, basically confessing everything, how much I loved him, how beautiful he was, and this time I left lots of hints, things that only I would have known about him. I must have wanted him to know. Then we're at rehearsals the next day, and we're walking down the stairs together. He stops me on the stairs and says, "I've had one of those letters again." And I'm all innocent. "Really? Oh my God, what did it say?" And he looks me straight in the eye and says, "You're the only person I really trust in the world, and I know that if you lie to me about this, I can never trust you again. Did you send me this letter?" I looked him straight back. It was one of those moments that seemed like forever, but it must have just been a few seconds. No, honestly, I didn't. And he just sort of looked at me, and we continued walking down the stairs.